So let's talk about I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. Does it really deserve the hate it got unlike its predecessor? I really don't want to think of any other way. Get ready, I'm going to defend this sequel right now in my review. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings my fellow YouTubers and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to you as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 1998 slasher sequel, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, released by Columbia, directed by Danny Cannon, and written by Trey Calloway. Now we have Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. returning in their roles from the last movie as Julie James and Ray Bronson. Also on board is R&B teen superstar Brandy Norwood, who of course was already a big star on TV's Moesha at the time, and Mekhi Phifer pre-8 Mile, and Matthew Sell. Now, of course, this film takes place 1 year after the events of the first film, but it really got dissed by the critics and what have you. And unlike its predecessor, it didn't go over $100 million. It made $84 million on a budget of $24 million. Anyway, let's get into the story. 1 year after the events of the first film, Julie James is attending summer classes in Boston. She suffers from memories and nightmares of her friends' brutal murders, Helen Shivers and Barry Cox by the vengeful fisherman Ben Willis from the first movie. Julie's roommate Carla receives a phone call from a local radio station and wins a vacation for 4 to the Bahamas. In the movie, the radio station asks the question, what is the capital of Brazil? The girls answer Rio de Janeiro and get it right despite the fact the answer is Brasilia. Julie invites Ray, who declines but later changes his mind. That evening, Ray and his co-worker Dave drive to Boston to surprise Julie but stop due to a body in the middle of the road. When Ray discovers the body is a mannequin, Ben appears and kills Dave with his hook. Ben then chases Ray in a truck, but Ray escapes and falls down a hill. The next morning, Julie, Carla, and Carla's boyfriend Tyrell and their friend Will depart for the trip. The group arrives at the hotel in Tower Bay and checks in. That evening, at the hotel's bar, Julie is singing karaoke when the words, I still know what you did last summer, roll onto the screen. Terrified, she runs back to her room. At the dock, Derek, the dockhand, is tying up the boat. He is attacked by the fisherman. Later on, Olga, the housekeeper, is working and finds bloody sheets, where only a second after that, she's attacked. While the others get into the hot tub, Julie is in her room and notices that her toothbrush is missing and searches her room before finding Derek dead in the closet. She finds her friends and they return to find no sign of Derek's body, and the hotel manager refuses to believe her story. By the pool, we see Titus getting assaulted. Now Titus is played by Jack Black, who unfortunately is uncredited from this. Yes, this was one of his first few movies before he went on to do other movies, such as Shallow Hal, The School of Rock, Tropic Thunder, and plus a lot of other movies. Anyway, let me see now. I'm trying to... Anyway, which the kills are a little more a little bit more good than what they were in its predecessor, but don't have to take my word for it. Meanwhile, Ray survives his injuries and heads out to rescue Julie. The next day, the group finds Olga, Tyus, and Mr. Brooks murdered and the two-way radio, their only way of contact, destroyed. Isolated, the group goes to the room of Estes, the boat hand porter, and find that he has been using voodoo against them. Estes appears, explaining he was trying to protect them after realizing their answer to the radio station question was incorrect. He tells them Ben and his wife Sarah had 2 children, a son and a daughter. Ben murdered Sarah when he found out about an affair, and Estes goes missing, and Will volunteers to find him. While Ray takes a boat to the island, Julie, Carla, and Tyrell return to the hotel and find Nancy, the bartender, hiding in the kitchen. Now, I'm going to get to the ending. You got 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below to avoid ending spoilers. Okay, enough said. Here we go. Okay, you've been warned. Now, Ben appears in the kitchen and kills Tyrell. The girls retreat to the act, where Carla is attacked by Ben, but Julie and Nancy rescue Carla and run to the storm cellar, where they find Ben's victims. Will bursts in and takes the girls back to the hotel, saying he saw Ben on the beach. At the hotel, Will tells them Estes attacked him and is bleeding from the stomach. Nancy and Carla leave to find a first aid kit, but find Estes impaled with a harpoon. Ben appears, kills Nancy, and attacks Carla. While Julie tends to Will, he reveals it is not his blood, and asks Julie what her favorite radio station is, revealing he was the radio host and killed Estes. Will drags Julie to a graveyard and reveals he's Ben's son. Ben appears and attacks Julie before Ray arrives and engages in a fight with Will. When Ben tries to stab Ray, he accidentally stabs Will instead. While Ben is distraught from killing his son, Julie shoots him dead. And back at the hotel, Carla is found alive and they are rescued by the Coast Guard. Sometime later, Ray and Julie have married. Ray is brushing his teeth and the bathroom door is locked while he is occupied. Julie sits down on the bed and looks in the mirror, seeing Ben underneath. She screams as Ben pulls her under the bed, ending the film and leaving her fate unknown again. End of story. So what did I think of I Still Know What You Did Last Summer? I thought it was factually good in ways. But yeah, the ending, I really wish we could have seen a little more of this. This really got dissed by critics and what have you. Nevertheless, I did like the cast performances. J-Love, of course, Ray Prince Jr. I had to admit Brandy was real good. Mekhi Phifer, Matthew Sell, who plays Will. Let's see, also in this is Jennifer Esposito as Nancy, and I forgot to bring him up. Once again playing Ben Willis, the fisherman, is Muse Watson. Forgot all about him. We have Bill Cobbs as Estes, Jeffrey Combs as Mr. Brooks, and Benjamin Brown as Derek, and Ellerine Harding as Olga, and John Hawkes as Dave, and of course I mentioned an uncredited Jack Black as Tyus. Well, the story could have been just a little bit better, but I still think some of the kills were pretty good, and I did like a bit of the setting that took place at this here hotel and what have you. But anyway, directing was okay and all. And the music from John Frizzell wasn't too bad. I know it's been some time since I last saw this. But anyway, it also got a soundtrack released by Warner Brothers, which, of course, featured a song from J-Love herself, How Do I Deal, which eventually became a hit for her, as a matter of fact. It also included the breakout hit for the band known as Orgy, their cover of the 80s song Blue Monday, which was done by the band New Order. So anyway, yes. So anyway, that's all I'm going to tell you. But so the question is, would I recommend I Still Know What You Did Last Summer? I would say if you're a completionist, I'd say sure, go ahead. No, it's probably. Oh, sorry for sounding like a broken record. Probably might not be one of your favorites, but I feel overall it's kind of an underrated sequel. Almost kind of underrated like Scream 3 is in a way, which I'll be reviewing the Scream franchise soon, as I said I would. So anyway, what are your thoughts on I Still Know What You Did Last Summer? Now there was a direct-to-video sequel called I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer, which came out in 2006, 8 years later, but unfortunately, from what I know of, this was, yeah. It does not have any cast returning and make it a standalone sequel, and it instead takes the basic myth of the series and starts it over with a new set of characters. That's why I'm just staying away from I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer. I don't even think I don't want to see that. I'd rather stick with this and its predecessor. Again, tell me what you thought about I Still Know What You Did Last Summer in the comment section below. If you liked the video, click the like button below, subscribe to my channel as well, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And join me again next time, because tomorrow night on Saturday, get ready for my third horror my horror live stream, my third one, and it'll be on Friday the 13th and Friday the 13th Part 2, which if you haven't seen my post of it, it's going to be coming up tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Central Time. So be there, okay? Thank you and for your listening and what have you. And if you like this, check out these other videos. In the upper left hand corner is my review of the predecessor to this, I Know What You Did Last Summer. If you want some voodoo power, go to the upper left hand corner for my review of the original Child's Play from 1988, and for more voodoo, go to the bottom left-hand corner for my recent review of Scream Blackula Scream. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.